to respond to your community, to your particular location, to make sure that you're okay anytime very soon or very quickly. We hope that they can, but it won't happen anytime.
So, you know, we learned, I think, a lot with Katrina in
Yes.
terms of people's ability to get assistance and not get assistance. How long are we talking about that people should plan that they've got to be on their own if we, say, if we have a massive earthquake?
Well, certainly the issues that we had done previously when we first started the program, it was for a 3-day period, to be self-sufficient for a 3-day period. When our firefighters went down to Katrina and then came back, they redesigned and helped. We all sat with them and redesigned the entire program, and now it's 7 days or more.
Wow, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
That's a lot of water, a lot of different supplies
is.
to have on hand. What's your role with CERT?
My name is Patty Allen, and I'm the Vice President. I'm in charge of the membership, and I'm in charge of all the victims for the graduation, and it's really a lot of fun. In fact, I really...
Victims in quotes.
That's right, victims in quote. And I really believe it's important that the people that have gone through the class actually play the part of the victim also, because then they get to see the other side and you really learn a lot more from that. I started in the CERT program about 8 years ago. I first took the class when it was only about, I think it was just 10 hours. And I took it because I was president of a homeowners association and we had 60 units.
Right.
And I knew we had 4 stories and what would happen if we had this major earthquake. And what a wake-up call when I came to the class and found that the Inglewood-Newport fault was directly underneath Pacific Coast Highway where the condo was.
Right.
And so that was my first time getting the whole condo prepared and making people aware. And then I saw again where they had increased because after 9/11 they added the bioterrorism, and I said I'm going to take this again, and wow, the whole thing had changed. They didn't have the graduation like they did before with the on hands, and what a difference it's made.
One of the things this article says today, again, I mean, the timing couldn't be better for us to be talking. It says that in Los Angeles, only 0.1% of all people in Los Angeles, they're talking about LA, actually have gone through the CERT training. How can we get more people to do this?
Well, right now we've only had about 4,200 people actually go through the class.
And they're residents, they're all residents of Long Beach?
Right.
And what can we do? I mean, how can we get more people?
We're looking for ways. We're going out. We're doing outreach programs, trying to reach people like in churches, in businesses. I know the Port of Long Beach just got through taking the class. Your help.
Well, you know, we have the Good Neighbor Festival, and I know you all are coming September 21st to, you know, have a booth there so people can get to know you. And many of our people in our neighborhood, our Good Neighbor Network program, are members of CERT and are very active, especially our El Dorado Park South people. So we know that there's interest there, and I know in the Lakewood Village, one of the things that they just did, we just had them complete kind of a new concept in Neighborhood Watch. Instead of doing it block by block, they actually took an area, which by the way, the Chief of Police said now that they may use that throughout Long Beach. They are now working with the fire department to get a CERT training so that all of their block captains and then more people obviously.
They've accomplished that.
Yeah, well, we just met with the chief, and the chief has promised that they're going to go ahead and set up some additional classes so that we can get them all through. They have 250 people who actually have participated in Neighborhood Watch, and we've said that the next part of it is you've got to be certified.
Well, the first thing that I did after I took this class was I started a Neighborhood Watch program in my area, and I made people aware of the CERT program. And not just that, it didn't cover just the block, it went all the way around the whole block.
And that's what we're doing now. That's great.
And
it's all interconnected, because if you get to know your neighbors in the event of an emergency and you start doing what you're supposed to do as a CERT member, you will know if your neighbors need help because you already know them ahead of time.
If you have a time and you want to either have the class or to have us come out and talk to an association, you go out to longbeach.gov/fire, and CERT is there. You can contact us through the internet.
And we'll put your phone number up there.
And it has the phone number,
Good.
so you can call us, and we'll be more than glad to set something up with any individual or group.
Okay. Is there a minimum amount of people that need to, if they wanted to do a group? So they wanted to put a group together in their neighborhood?
When we do our preparedness lectures, we do go out and do disaster preparedness lectures that last for 1.5 hours, and we have a lovely packet that we give to everyone with vital information.
Great.
And we will go anywhere, anytime, as long as we have 10 or more people. All they have
Well,
to
that's
do,
great, because that'd be a good way to recruit people, because once I think they hear what you're doing, and you know how extensive this training is to get themselves prepared, I think that's a great way to, get them back to come back for the
Exactly.
class. So I know that the council grappled with the fire department's budget, and many of us were very concerned that there was a plan to cut CERT. That was restored. They're not doing that. So I think we've got the city's commitment that this is important, very important part of our public safety. And I want to thank all of you for being here today. Unless you can get out there and do this training, you don't really have the appreciation for, really, like you said, after you're done, you get a different perspective, not only on your ability to help in the community, but really I got a greater appreciation for our first responders as well, because the fact that they have to do this day in and day out, and be prepared and be trained like that and ready is a real benefit to our city. But as you said, Steve, and this newspaper article reminded us, if we have a natural disaster, we're going to be on our own, and it is not going to be enough to have a great fire and police department and paramedics. It's going to be really how we've prepared ourselves in our neighborhoods. So I want to thank you all for being here today, and we will have you back, and we look forward to seeing you at the Good Neighbor Festival and Picnic. And I think a lot of people are going to be very interested as we try to get the word out that this is part of really being a good neighbor, not only in the 5th District, but in the city of Long Beach. I want to thank all of you for being here today, and I hope you'll tune in next time for Heart of the City. I'm Councilwoman Schipske. Thank you.